Hey.
Hi.
Wow.
I was like, am I the new host of the show?
Jeez. God damn.
Well, this is starting off.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second. My co-host today is an artist and a bit of a musician hailing from Long Island, New York. She's the co-founder of Women of the Pit, which highlights fans and bands of hardcore punk while supporting gender equality since 2020. Coming at us from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Lori Dawn.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi.
Confusion for a moment.
Wow.
I wasn't sure what I pressed.
Yeah. Listen, welcome to the new. Hey, welcome everyone from around the world, live from New York City. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. That's awesome.
All right, fantastic. Happy Sunday, everyone.
That's a better intro. What's up going? What's happening? What's happening, Paul, in England, my man? Spiky, what do you say? Courtney, what's up? Good. I see the gang's all here.
Yeah.
Any troublemakers? Anybody want trouble today? What's up, John in London, my man? Good. All right.
Fantastic.
Astoria Lou in the house. All right. See, Colombia. Now, is that a place? Popayan, Colombia?
That's awesome.
I didn't know such a place existed.
Yeah. Welcome, Colombia.
You know what? The gang's all here.
Welcome, Lynette.
What's up, Lynette? Good.
Victoria.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. We do this at the beginning, it's like the Magic Garden. Remember that show? The two ladies, and they say, I see.
I see.
And Chris.
Like Mr. Rogers. I see Chris. Yes. I see Chris Hoffman in Phoenix, and I see, I see Lou in Astoria, Queens.
Yes, everyone's our neighbor today.
Yeah. I know it's going to come up. I know it's going to come up, and I want to just say a word on actually Bob Weir passed away from the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
And as frequent flyers of the show may know, Bob Weir was pretty big in my world as a very young teenager. Before I got into the punk and the hardcore thing, I rode the rails with the Grateful Dead and saw a lot of America as a young person. So Bob Weir was very big in my world as a young teenager, and I learned a lot from Bob Weir about music and guitar playing and phrasing, stage presence, a lot of stuff. Bob Weir was really, really big in my world growing up. So I think I'm going to do like a Bob Weir tribute show on Wednesday, like a special Bob Weir trip this Wednesday, like a bonus episode type of thing. Because I feel like we'll kind of open it up to the public, and I got definitely some Bob Weir memories and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that would be really nice.
Yeah. So that whole bit. But that said, oh, my man. Oh, here you go. Tony Natelli, kid I grew up with here in New York City. Kid I waited online with for Grateful Dead tickets in 1980 when we went to high school in Manhattan. And yeah, Tony Natelli, me and Tony Natelli did some tripping and literally and figuratively in 79 and 80 and 81 and all that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a Bob Weir tribute thing on Wednesday. Speaking of tributes, ladies and gentlemen, the Hardcore Shutterbug.
What's up?
Hi.
Hello.
What's happening?
Join us.
Everything all right?
Very nice to be here.
How are things on the island of Long?
Not bad. Long and the short of it. No, things are good. Today's not so bad.
Cool.
Just taking it easy. Looking forward to this. This is going to be another fun Sunday.
Yeah.
You sent me. Let's just jump right into it.
Let's jump into it.
You sent me a couple of pictures.
Yes.
Sort of connected to today's guest. Pretty cool shots that you took back in
91.
91.
Yeah, this is.
What is that Kurt Cobain played? What is that? A Jaguar? What did Kurt Cobain? Anybody?
Well, he called it the Jag Stang, I believe. It was like a hybrid of the two guitars.
Anybody? Spiky, anybody out there?
The,
what is this that Kurt Cobain is playing?
It was a Jaguar Mustang hybrid, I believe.
Oh, is that right? A Jag Stang.
Yeah, see, there you go. Thank you, John.
I see. Hey, everybody, I guess that's the thing. It's a Jag Stang, a Jazz Master. No, I don't think that. I think that's a Jazz Master body, right? I think
you would know better than I in that regard.
So where is this? What is this?
This, I was just looking at the dates. As a matter of fact, this is actually 4 days after Nevermind was released. This is at the Marquee in New York City, and this was Nirvana. They had the Melvins open up for them that night, and this show was so crowded and like chaotic. It was nuts, and they hadn't even really exploded yet. The record had literally come out like that week, and it was not. It was the funniest part is my friend Greg and I were standing in the out front, and Kurt Cobain walked up to walk in, and the security stopped him and said, "Hey, you have a ticket?" And he went, "No." And he said, "Well, you can't come in. So you need a ticket." He goes, "Okay." And he turned around and everyone was like, "That's Kurt." And he goes, "Are you in the band?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, "Just go inside." But yeah, there it is. Look, it's and look at that. It was $11. September 28th, 1991.
There's a big tie-in with this, and we're going to talk to today's guest about it, because today's guest was in the studio recording a very important record when this record, I don't know if it came out or it started breaking. I think it was that it started breaking. Here's another one, right? This is similar to the other one, but yeah.
This is the shot that I've shown a lot more over the years. The first one, I kind of went back and was like, "Oh, I forgot about this shot," and it's kind of nice after all these years to pull up one I hadn't really seen in a while, and I have more obviously from that show, but these were my favorites. And I only saw Nirvana twice. I saw them one time after that at a place that I've never been to ever again, or even before, called the New York Coliseum.
Yeah, that was right here in my neighborhood. That was, they tore that down a while ago, but it was almost like a I want to say a convention center. It was really, it existed and had its heyday before they built the Javits Center here in Manhattan.
Right.
That's where they had the car show and the boat show and shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Utero. That was the In Utero tour. I saw that there, and those are the only 2 times I saw them. And
it was those kind of shows never really bode well. Like I saw Soundgarden here at the Armory.
I was there for both nights.
Dude, it sounded like you were in a fucking watching him play in a garbage dumpster.
It was a giant room with like I remember that.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the show that Soundgarden show, my girlfriend got kicked right in the forehead right when the band went on, and we were right. That was another one. Those are good times.
All right. Well, hey, let's keep it moving and grooving. We got a lot to do today. Stephen, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will. I know you're playing in Long Island in February 7th, right?
Yes, looking forward
Cates
to that
of
one.
Smithtown.
Yes, right next to the Smithtown train station.
That's right.
Yes.
No excuses. Everybody, get on the LIRR and get your ass out there.
Yes.
Right, man.
All right. Cool. I'll see you in a bit. Take care. There you go.
Okay.
This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. You asked for it, you got it. Sponsored by Texas Silver Rush, DTFM Vinyl Distro, Generation Records, Woo Men of the Pit, She Devils covered Minty Fresh Productions, and 126 Hardcore Clothing. They're a streetwear brand for restless individuals who don't compromise. They're about being positive, spontaneous, and true to yourself. For years, they experimented with several printing methods and materials and collaborated with a large number of designers and illustrators, always giving room for fresh perspectives while retaining the hardcore attitude. Don't care what you may say, we got that attitude. Get in touch with them and ramp up your game at www.126clothing.com. That said, let's clear the deck. What are you drinking?
Just water. Seriously. I'm parched.
Right. All right. Ready to have some fun?
Yes, I am.
Here we go. Yo. Today's guest is an American musician, designer, and photographer hailing from the Golden State of California. As a musician, she is best known for her work with the bands Other Star People, The Shocker, and of course, the Trailblazers, L7. Please welcome, coming at us from lovely West Los Angeles, California, Jennifer Finch.
It sounds weird for you to say West Los Angeles, right?
Does it? With the New York accent, right?
It does. I'm sorry to do that to you. Just say West Los Angeles. I'm just
how's things in West LA?
Amazing. The weather, it has been so horrible for the last 3 weeks, and today has just been the first beautiful day.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
My son lives in West LA and he loves it.
Yeah. Oh, where did he live?
I don't know the exact coordinates, but he's in West LA.
Your son moved to West LA and did not tell you where he lives.
Says a lot.
Yeah, right. Listen, you know how it goes? You have a kid, first you're cool, then you're not cool.
No.
And then you're kind of cool again. And then so I'm kind of cool right now. So I'm happy for that.
We'll find out and come out.
Yeah. That said, let's chop it up a bit. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
Yeah. How did you come up? Did you grow up in a musical household? How did music come into your life?
I did not grow up in a musical household. I wasn't even really exposed to music until I was 13 or 14.
Wow.
And what's the first music that came across your radar screen?
Family music would have been maybe albums of, I don't know, show tunes, that kind of stuff. I mean, it didn't land well, so I don't know what it was.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
My father listened to classical, so I can't even go back to figure out what it was.
Mm.
And he didn't listen to it all the time. It was just something that got thrown on every 3 months.
Yeah. It wasn't, you didn't grow up in an environment that was, that had a home life that had a soundtrack to it.
No, I did not. But thank you for asking.
Yeah.
My parents listened to country music, so I don't know what was worse,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is worse?
Your dad was a aeronautics engineer, right?
He was, and he was from Britain, so he wasn't really even American, nor did he listen to American music. He was older.
Wow. So what was the first type of music that came onto your radar?
I'm just growing up in my environment. It was whatever the kids were listening to back in the 1940s. I'm just kidding. Whatever, 1970s or whatever, 80s, I guess.
Yeah.
What was the first music that spoke to you that you felt connected to?
I mean, I was a little kid, so it really is going to be the Ramones. Like when the Ramones made it into my house and landed on the turntable. Are you guys still there? I just lost you.
Yeah. There's gonna be some of that kind of stuff, like when you're talking, when she's talking.
I love it.
There's a little production value going on here.
Oh, you are so sweet. Yep, Ramones.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, do you know Paul Stone in the UK asks, what part of Britain is your father from?
He is from London. I mean, it just doesn't get very more interesting than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lived in London all through the Second World War. They went into the subway tunnels to sleep at night, all of that
Sure.
stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Smoke cigarettes at 6.
Hmm.
Yeah. John from London says, "Go on." Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an interesting life that post-war, post-London, growing up in that city and a lot of other cities in the UK that were bombed out, and kind of growing up in that environment.
Yeah, my father and his brother, I mean, right when they turned 18, 19, got on boats and left England immediately. My father came to Canada. My uncle went to Australia. Fantastic lives.
Yeah.
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 So the Ramones, what happens from there? Is there a progression, or a degression? Like what happens the Ramones come upon, and then what happens?
Yeah, so the Ramones ended up playing a show in Los Angeles in 1979 at UCLA.
Oh, wow.
And I really requested to go see it with my guitar teacher, who was very pro going to see it. So my guitar teacher took me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then tried to lose me at the show.
Oh, no.
Ditch her. Let me ditch her.
Yeah, exactly.
But so you were playing guitar. Why guitar? What was your interest in guitar? How did that get going?
Oh, you are so fun to ask. I have no idea. I just wanted to do something after school, and that seemed like a good thing to do. I wasn't thinking larger with it, or that I was going to go out and do bigger things at that time. Yeah, it was just a thing you do after school. And if I got into a local band, that's fine. But it's not bigger than what I was doing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. So a lot of times on the show, there's this like, I saw Kiss and there was this come to God moment, and then I had to, so there was no like, I saw this and I had to, that's what I want to do. That it wasn't one of those.
No, it was really interesting. And I wonder, I look back and I wonder, is my experience much different than the way guys would have took that on?
Yeah,
like I think guys would have thought maybe they were more like, yeah, this is my yoga moment. I'm going to go do something with this. But I think as women, I was just like, yeah, this is another thing I do. I take photographs. I go to shows. I'm involved with the scene. I help put together shows, all the stuff. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. But, guys, the same thing for guys, really. I think in my scene in LA.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Nerd Cage Live. If I'm not mistaken, Ms. Finch, did you go to high school with Tom Morello?
I did not.
Where's that coming from?
Thank you for
asking. Where's that coming from?
We knew each other. So it's not when you're at a certain age, you kind of know everybody your age, really.
Right.
And he's older than I am, unfortunately. Right. And when you're really talking about some of these guys in the LA scene, 2 years is a really big deal.
Sure.
Yeah,
we've talked about that many times, how especially when you're in your teens, 6 months is like a lifetime. A summer's like a lifetime.
For sure.
So 2 years, forget it. 2 years is like a decade.
I know. And it's really interesting because it's only like people that really went, high school age people that went to shows really know how to speak to that. Other people don't. And it's okay. It's just what it is.
100%. Before we sort of delve into that, but did early guitar anybody inspire you when you were playing early on? Was there anybody that you really dug?
Whoa, that's a really good question. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that before.
Well, listen, that's where we get the big bucks.
Yeah, so. I know. No, nobody really. I mean, I kind of went in, I started playing, I joined a band called we went and played a lot of, I don't know, just like we would set up in different parking structures and just go play until the police told us to leave. I mean, and that's how we played for a couple of years. And it really wasn't until I kind of went all the way through high school, started to think about graduating, that I was really like, I guess I maybe should take some of this seriously or get into it seriously. Or I tried to do it with Courtney Love and Kat Magellan in the band, whatever that band was called.
But before we go
Yes.
there, can we talk about the photography stuff? And
Yeah, of course.
It seems that pretty early on, as a young teenager, you are armed with a camera. You started going to shows and documenting shows. How did that come about? What inspired you to even though I could probably write the narrative, but yeah.
I know. It's interesting because the Ramones kind of popped back into this, where I'd already seen them one time, and I think it was probably about 80. When did Rock and Roll High School come out? It was like whenever that came out. Maybe that was
like
later.
79 or 80, I think.
80.
Yeah,
I think it must have been 80. In my memory, it feels like a very long time. But if I went back and looked, it was probably just a couple months. But they were doing a party, and my friend Ann Dahl was like, "You need to get into this show." And she whipped out a camera from her purse that was broken, handed it to me, and like pushed me towards the door and said, "Go tell them that you're doing an article, and you're there to interview the Ramones." And I just remember, I'm like, "Here to do an article, and I have this camera." And they were just like, "Come back in." And they took me all the way up to the top into like whatever the Ramones room was in. I mean, it was at the Whiskey A Go Go. So it was super fun. I got to see the Whiskey A Go Go.
Who were you?
But then I never got back in. I never got back in until way later.
Wow.
Who were you with? Who gave you the camera?
I was with my friend Ann Dahl and my friend Nika Ray, who's an incredible writer. If you ever want to just read something amazing about being kind of Hollywood adjacent in Los Angeles, she's a really great writer.
Right on.
So it sounds like you were a pretty creative child. Am I getting that? With the photography, the music.
Honestly, I think that we all just got to know each other. They hadn't written yet, or they hadn't done anything yet. This was all kind of later.
Yeah. Yeah. But were you, with the photography, with the music, but not necessarily really thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be a rock star." You were just thinking, "I want to create something." Was that maybe more of what it was like early on? It was just like an extension of your creativity?
Yeah, absolutely. And I try to explain this to people, and a lot of people don't understand it. But when you enter a scene like that, you understand that everyone who enters the scene in a physical presence are the people that are organizing the information. They're the ones putting on the shows, their magazines, radio shows, everything. So you're just there to help.
Right.
You're not there to really just take advantage of anything.
No, and it seems to be like there is like this creative collective that drives these scenes forward like that,
Right.
It's not just musicians, it's the photographers, the writers, the visual artists, It's a lot of different people all playing into this. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you were my age, let's just say I was 82, 83. I was already a teenager, and I was kind of later. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we would go to all these different towns all over California and meet the same people that were doing the same thing in their town.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was like meeting distant cousins,
Exactly. Like trying to get to New York, trying to get to Texas. Everybody was doing the same thing.
Yes.
I think early on, and I speak from experience, that being a first wave American hardcore person, that very early on, I really feel like it was a pretty level playing field. There was guys, gals. If you weren't in a band, then you started a fanzine, or you took pictures, or you promoted. And I'm talking early on, the way I remember it, it was a pretty level playing field. I mean, I know things kind of changed pretty swiftly, but I'm talking, when I first got into it in 81, even going into 82, it was everybody. It was all part of like a swirling mass moving forward. It was a pretty exciting, vibrant time.
Yeah, and I think that just because of the, different ways of thinking, women became, organizers and promoters and, authors of fanzines where the men were on the stage, but we were just as important.
Yeah. Los Angeles was so much different very early on. Los Angeles had as many people and as many women on stage as they did not on stage. And that was something that really started to change over, at least in my experience, around 83. That was like a really, really, really big deal where all of a sudden I was showing up at shows and there were no women in bands other than Black Flag. I mean, really, that's the band that had women in the band, or had a woman in the band.
Yeah. Kira,
so
right?
It was, Kira. So it was really interesting.
Yeah.
Me too.
The first camera you had, was that from your dad?
The first hammer I had?
The first camera.
Camera.
No, that's the home improvement. That's the home improvement show. This is the music. This is the music show.
I never ever bought a camera until, I bought cameras here and there, but it was really 2019 when I really had to buy a digital camera.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember what the first your dad lent you, the camera that you
Pentax 100?
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. I still have it here.
Oh wow, that's
no, it
that's
still
awesome.
exists and it still takes images. I mean, it hasn't stopped. It has to be 100 or 200 years old now.
Can we do a little show and tell of some of your photographs that you took as a young teenager in that scene?
I don't have anything prepared, so this is up to you.
It's always up to me.
Okay, I have to put my glasses on.
This one I love right off the bat. This one I really love. This is Lux Interior from the Cramps at the Whiskey, and it looks like hurling chairs off the balcony.
Absolutely. So for no apparent reason, I was able to show up at my first show. This is my first show I ever went to, and I took photographs. And he was just up in the side light. Wow. And no one told us we had to turn our flash off. I didn't know. So I had my flash on.
And this is literally the first show you ever went to?
It was.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of great every photo from that show looks like the Cramps. I chose this one because it just looks less like the Cramps, if you know what I mean.
It's a beautiful composition too. Just the lighting in it, curve of his back. It's great.
They were very anytime they moved, they were photographed. So they were very easy that way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love the shot. It's just rage.
Yeah.
It's just fucking rage. And that's how I like to remember Lux Interior.
Aww.
Yeah. I like this. It's so perfect because real quick, my Cramps Lux Interior story in 93 when we were out there, I was out there with Biohazard. We were in A&M studio recording State of the World Address, and we were shopping.
Drew, did I meet you then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We all that craziness in A&M studio. I was around for all that.
What did you all think about going to AM Studios?
Excuse me?
What did you think about going to AM Studios?
Oh, we had the great. Well, let's wait till we get to the time to listen. Okay. Come on, focus.
Okay, no, you focus.
So we go. What was that on Sunset? The Super Ralph's. There was Rock and Roll Ralph's Supermarket where like everybody shops. So me and Biohazard are in Ralph's at like 2 a.m. And we're shopping. We're staying at the what was that place? The fucking Oakwood, right? And I'm pushing the cart and I turn the corner. 2 a.m. Boom. Lux Interior and Poison Ivy dressed to the nines out shopping at 2 a.m. I was like, oh shit. If this is Hollywood, that must be the Cramps.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they were awesome.
But did you know them from New York?
No.
Okay.
No, they're a little older than sort of my crowd.
Sure. They were a lot older. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that to be weird, but I'm just saying by 81, 82, 83,
Yeah.
when were you here? What year?
On that trip?
Yeah, 85.
No, Biohazard was doing State of the World address with Ed Stasium at A&M in 93.
93. Okay.
Yeah. And you guys were in there too in 93.
I know. Sorry, I lost track. 80s, 90s.
Yeah, right. It's all a blur.
It's all a blur.
A couple other ones that. Well, this one went over real big. This one went over real big with my wife. I mean, she's a huge fan. So this one went over real big.
Okay.
Alice Bag.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah. It's a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
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 You got a chance to kind of Alice Bag, 45 Grave, Christian Death, that stuff?
Yeah. I had everything. But, we're talking, this is all later 80s. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When I took that photo of Alice Bag, I don't think anyone knew who she was.
Right.
In LA. She'd already done all the 70s, the early 80s, and this was probably, 84, 85.
Wow. I like what I like about a lot of your photos is it's not just people on stage. There's a lot of lifestyle stuff. And that's I see a lot of photographs, a lot of archives, and some people just took pictures of what was happening on the stage. And I love lifestyle pictures that kind of capture what's going on off the stage. Was that sort of a conscious decision?
Yeah, absolutely. There was no way back in the day. I'm 5'2", and there was no way I could compete with anybody who was taller. It was all, I either had to have access to the stage or I wasn't shooting. Right. So, so many people that were taller than I was actually had real access. I just did not.
Yeah,
that's just the way it was.
Yep, I'm barely 5'2", so I hear you, sister.
Yeah,
it's like
that's right. That's right.
The struggle is real.
Glad I came in at 6 foot. This is Mike Ness, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So Mike Ness played with. Who did they play with? I don't know. They were playing the whiskey with somebody. Sorry.
Yeah.
Christian Death. They're playing with Christian Death.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Yeah. My
Now you have all these incredible photos, but there has never been a photography book from you, correct? Is there anything in the works, any plans, or is it just...
The only reason there is not a photography book from me is I know how expensive it is to make them. And I don't have the time or the money to be able to do that. And nobody has offered me. And I this seems so strange, but I would need probably about 60 to 80K to do one, honestly, to really pull that together. And I know that sounds crazy, but the writing and everything that needs to go into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. This is Black Flag, dated in 1983. Did you see Black Flag a bunch of times back then?
Oh, a lot. Yeah. This was every weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's an incredible.
This is a great shot.
Yeah, this is kind of about when he came out. I mean, it's in the first year, maybe. I don't know if there's any Black Flag fans in the chat, but I think
hell yeah.
Okay.
There's Bad Brains fans and Agnostic Front fans too, by the way.
Yeah, but this is all out here, okay?
Yeah.
No,
we were.
Is it true she sang on Slip It In? No.
Don't focus. Don't read those things.
I saw Black Flag prior to Henry. I will have to say I came in very Henry doubting.
Yeah.
Although I love this photo.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this is incredible.
With the Las Vegas 83 shirt. Yeah, that's Greg.
And
Greg.
It was 83, right? Or 82? Yeah, I don't know what year it was.
And then I know this one's a little challenged, but this is the guy right here.
Who's the guy?
The Duke.
Oh, wow. Where did you get this?
There, you took him.
I know, but I don't know. I kind of pushed them all out a while ago. See how there's half of it is
A little overexposed.
Yeah.
Flashed. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I kind of like it.
Chuck
Dukowski.
Dukowski, yeah. Let's see. And then just a couple others that really caught my eye. This person was a friend at the time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Courtney Love. I don't know the guy though, but Courtney Love, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a great shot.
That was the night we met.
Wow.
It was like New Year's 283. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. You have these like the night we met. You had a camera, and I'm here documenting. Yeah, I'm Hey, it's awesome.
I know. It's interesting because it's like, hey, Courtney, we're probably gonna know each other our whole lives. So let me just grab this photo of you.
Yeah. Do you remember where this was?
Yeah, it was in a warehouse downtown, like in a warehouse that has changed locations a couple times.
Yeah. This is a good question. Hobo Cakes asks, were you in a photography club and developing these yourself as well?
Such a good question. The answer,
it is.
It really is no. By the time I got to the 12th grade, which would have been, I left school for quite a while. So I wasn't really around anybody other than LA photographers who honestly were kind of, I don't know, doing their own thing. I never really got it. Like, how do you make your shot look so great? But I did that, Steve Boone. Yeah. By the time I was in the 12th grade, the school that I was in had a dark room and they set up a photography sort of program for me, but there really wasn't any way to do it. So I went to a local kind of, I don't know what you call it, like a local, I don't know, like a photography club, and went and developed there or helped there or got hints there. And I don't know. Greg Hetson, I just saw last night. We went to a photography show together.
There you go.
There you go.
This is a real crisp, beautiful photo.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
He's rocking the YouTube boy shirt.
Mm.
You guys really know your details.
But again, the lighting is amazing.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of photographers on the show, so we like going through photos.
Yeah, yeah.
They're really like pieces of art, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And this is, I guess, that same show.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting. That may be. So this would have been when the Chili Peppers were playing at a local venue, and Anthony and Flea, I don't know if people just didn't show up. So LA people stepped up and performed for them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe.
That makes sense. Just one or two more that I really like.
Oh, and by the way, there was a time when the Chili Peppers were punk rock and were in our scene.
Yeah.
Just
Stop it.
Just so everybody knows that it was the stupidest name, but whatever, they were great. And then they weren't. Then that's it.
No.
Just saying.
We've had this guy on the show. He's a real spark plug.
That guy.
Dave from MDC.
Yeah, I love when bands wear their own shirts. I didn't think it was cool back then, but I think that that's hilarious now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because I saw this band, the Non-Residents, last night, and they were everyone in the band was wearing a Non-Resident shirt. And I was like, I wasn't sure, I wasn't sure if I thought it was cool or corny. I was sort of like, not sure. If I told my band, listen, everybody's wearing an Incendiary Device shirt on stage tonight, it'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Right?
No, I think everyone should wear one from a different era. I think it'd be great. Why not?
Yeah. Start trends.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Who
Make it right again.
do I got? Let me see if there's any other real. Who did you have any peers on stage? Were there any other gals? Any peers that were shooting?
Drew, I have no peers.
No heroes.
No heroes. I just keep moving along.
Okay.
Be your own hero.
Were
No,
there?
I mean, the thing is that after a while, towards the mid 80s, it really was. I mean, if you were, I don't know, you were just a person making money, like
Mhm.
you were coming in and out and you weren't around. But the people that like showed up to really promote this kind of music were all
Mhm.
women, right?
Yeah.
So Marla Watson, oh my God, Mouse. I don't even know her real name. Alison Braun.
Mhm.
A lot were women. Like I could probably name like 5 or 6, you know?
Awesome.
Well, thank you for the segue. Big supporter of the show. A friend of ours wants to say hi. Ladies and gentlemen, Alison Braun.
No way!
Dude, we've been friends for 45 years and you forgot my name.
Dude, I call you Mouse and then I couldn't
That's
remember
true.
what
No,
your
that's
real
fair.
name
That's
was.
fair.
I remembered it.
Yeah, for all the people that you were I was laughing. I was backstage and you didn't see me, but I was laughing when you said, you're 5'2", and I'm like, you and I are the same size, and I was like on stage getting buried. You're
I know,
like,
I
do
know.
we have any peers? And I'm like, I'm the one. You don't see me because I'm getting briefed on by
I know, no,
everyone.
seriously. I'm like, hey, here's one good shot. I'm out later.
Yeah. You took a picture of me years ago. I saw it in a show. It was like of me and my first boyfriend, and I'm sipping a drink and a straw.
I love that shot, right?
Yeah, and I was, and I just after that, I was totally enamored. I sent Drew. Do you have the photo I sent?
I will. Did you send it? Where'd you send it? On Facebook?
It's on the Instagram feed, the Wasted Youth one.
It's on. You sent it personally.
I
Alison
sent it
Braun.
to your Stone Films. I was shooting Wasted Youth, and I looked in the corner of the stage, and there's this short blonde girl with her camera giving me the side eye. And it was a picture of you that I took of you taking a picture.
In 81, that was
It was at like the Starlight roller rink or something. And that was the first time that I had remembered.
Oh yeah! Wow! Look at that.
You were taking pictures, and it was a total like grab shot.
Wow.
Did you find it, Drew?
Yeah, I have it. It's a little low res, but here it is.
Sorry, because I did a screenshot and sent it to you on the phone.
This one, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There I
There
am in
she
the
is.
corner.
Damn.
Yeah. It's total side eye. But what's interesting is
Who's that on stage?
that's Danny Spira, singer of Wasted Youth.
Wasted Youth. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Mhm.
And I love the dad jeans he's got on there. But yeah, it was a fun night, and we're lurking,
The more we do this show, the more I find out about the LA contingent of women that were taking photos. Alison Braun, Jennifer Finch, Dina Douglas, like all these.
Marla Watson, Linda Aaron.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because here on the East Coast, I always thought, of course, there was Ed Culver and there was, Glenn Friedman, and that's it. Those guys took all the pic. Now I see that's very much not the case.
The difference is Edward, who's a good friend of ours. He was a grown man, and this was his profession. Okay, this is what he did for a living.
Yeah.
And I was, and so was Jennifer. We were teenagers out documenting something. It wasn't at that time. Later it became a living for some of us, but at that time, this is what we did. And it wasn't. We weren't thinking we were going to get paid. I mean, I wrote for magazines, I submitted my pictures and they got used, and I made that contribution. But we were kids, we were not in the same playing field as people like Glenn and
Sure.
Edward, because we were kids,
Yeah.
just there.
Yeah. There's a really interesting point at the Punk Rock Museum. If you ever go there, you could go and travel the different kind of I don't, like the different kinds of hallways. And then when you land in hardcore in the mid to late 80s, you really start to see only women photographers are being seen. And I don't think that was a plan of the museum. I think that was just what was available in a larger stock.
Sure. That makes sense.
And we bring a unique perspective too. I mean, our styles are different. The way we see the world is different.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's always incredible when you see multiple people on stage shooting the same subject, and then you see the photos, and they each one tells a totally different story. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Alison, thank you for surprising us. That was awesome.
Anytime.
Thanks for reaching out, and let's talk soon.
See you guys soon. I'll see you soon, Jennifer. You guys take care. Peace out.
Okay. Bye.
that was awesome.
Yeah. There you go. Beware.
Insane.
I hope you don't. We didn't mean to Shanghai you.
No, that's fine. And if there's anyone in the chat that doesn't, for some reason, know who Alison Braun is, go follow her. She's incredible. She still puts out regular photographs.
Yeah,
I don't do that at all, but she does.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some music stuff. You mentioned you mentioned Courtney and kind of forming was that sugar baby doll with her and in 84 and kind of could you walk us through that a little bit?
Can I walk you through that a little bit? Yes, Courtney was always talking about wanting to start a band. She never had any way to do it. I couldn't get up to her until after I left high school, which would have been 85. I'm sorry, like 85-ish, 84. We'll say 84 because I did graduate in 84. Got up there in early 85 to join and get into school. Then started doing a band with her. Kat Magellan moved down. We did a recording. We did really great photo shoots. We did a really good show, couple shows. We did some really good stuff. And then Courtney was just being so difficult. Kat and I were just like, I don't know. We have to leave, dude. And Kat was even like, I'll give her one more chance. And she gave her one more chance with the next version, which was called, I don't even remember now, something. And then Kat left and went to Minneapolis and started Babes in Toyland with Lori Barbero and all the other girls, like right that year. And I joined L7 right in the end of 86. And it was fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was fast moving.
Now you learned how to play bass for L7. Is that what?
The question said, were you playing bass for that band?
It was so funny because I ended up playing bass for Courtney's band because she already had Kat playing guitar.
Right.
So I ended up playing bass. And weirdly, we have live recordings that we did.
Wow.
And sometimes I go back and I listen and I'm like, damn, this is actually pretty good for bass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bass. Like
so and that was when you made
runs and
bass. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I had a lot of, what do you want to call it? Just good introspective on what I played, if that's the right word. I just went and did it. And there's great songs that we're all on together.
I like what Pat Baldwin says. Courtney's difficulty led to 2 great bands.
3 great bands.
Three
I
great
mean, it
bands.
really, it led to L7 in a sense because L7 was getting ready to kind of like not do it anymore. Susie and Danita swear up and down they were playing together for years before I joined. And I'm just like, you guys know that was just a year, right?
Right.
Like that was just a year, I think.
Like years when you're young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It does.
No, it's like we talk about the teenage space-time continuum.
Yeah.
Like in dog years or backwards. It's like one day is a week.
Right.
Exactly.
Wait, that all just happened in 10th grade? What? Yeah.
Exactly.
Really? I did all that like in fucking when I was 15? What?
I know. Yeah, you did.
Damn.
I know.
I was roaming the streets of New York doing all this shit at 15.
I know. Okay, I'm putting my glasses on to read what's in the chat.
Okay, don't get.
We'll
I
get
just
to
found
that.
Allison on Facebook. Well, there you go. Follow
Nice.
her.
Yeah,
Uh,
follow her. She's on Facebook. Whoa.
Ooh. So this kind of said, how did you meet your L7 bandmates? How did that happen?
Whole thing. Like, it's just that we were from the same scene. I was already up in San Francisco by this point. I don't think that Danita and Susie can really deny the fact that we were all in a big scene together. So I completely knew who they were. I had just gone to San Francisco for a year, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I came back. And I think for Danita, not so much for Susie, but I think that was a big deal. Like, a year is a pretty big deal. And they were just playing, and we had friends. Like, literally just every friend we knew was like, you should play an L7 if you're going to play bass. And I'm just like, damn, dude, I've already been to Europe by that point. You know, I'd already been to Europe. I'd already, you know what I mean? Like, I'd already done all this stuff. And I was like, go back to LA and play bass just seemed bizarre. Like, it seemed bizarre, but I went and did it and stuck with it. So I don't know what to say about that.
Was it, hey, do you want to audition, or hey, did you just step right in, or was it, did you just step in and just join, or was there an audition? Did you have to audition, anything like that?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, they were trying to do this whole, like, you know, we're just going to do auditions, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you just keep showing up. And I was like, this is going to work either after the first audition or not. So you either accept me or you don't accept me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to yell at a small dog right now. Are you okay with me?
Should I? Hey, wait.
Just hold on 1 second. Eli Gregory Finch, no barking. Come in. Okay, we're done.
Well put.
Absolutely.
You have the patience of a saint.
I love dogs with human names.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Eli
Right.
Gregory.
What's it? Gregory.
Eli.
Gregory is the last name of my boyfriend, who I've been with for
Right.
10 years. So
Oh.
Gregory Finch.
I love it.
I had a
So
Siamese cat named Omar.
Nice.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah.
Smart cat. So L7 comes together. You start playing out. Ball starts rolling. The self-titled thing you do for Brett for Epitaph. Early on, when L7 was kind of getting out there and doing it, was there? Did you have any peers, or what was that early terrain like? Very early on, when you started playing out with L7.
Yeah, I think like it was really interesting because we were right in the middle of like our scene is going from the coolest scene to literally not the coolest scene anymore. And it's not that Bad Religion were not the coolest band. They were guys, so it was fine. But a lot of bands in that era ended up really going along with it. We just toured. We were showing up at shows and people were showing up with their backs to us, like they'd load in the club and pay to get in and all have their backs to us. And like, we just weren't doing a good national tour, but it did not stop us. We did not think that was the only route to go.
I mean, you got in the van and really, if I remember correctly, you guys were out, were grinding pretty early on.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it was absolutely like when I showed up for band practice or whatever, tryout, I don't know what they call it. I was like, hey, are you guys into being in a band where you go and you tour most of the year and work shitty side jobs? And we do that for a couple of years.
Incredible.
And the popular census was yes, we're down.
Yes, we're down.
Yeah, this I know this shot is not super early maybe, but I found this shot really interesting.
Ah,
Beautiful.
that is a good shot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
And I just, excuse me, but I couldn't help but notice it's like all dudes with their shirts off.
Oh, thank you for noticing. Yeah, I have that attraction. If you know what I mean. No, that's what year did you just say that was? 91? 92?
92, yeah, 92.
92, yeah. That's what it all looked like from 86 and then to 92.
That's incredible.
I don't know what to say.
Just
That's
dudes with their shirts off.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think like 91, 92 was probably around the time when you came on my radar. And to me, like L7 was the band that you listened to, and then it made you want to break up with your asshole boyfriend. You know, it was, yeah. And I did, you know, it was like one of those bands that were like, it was gritty and it was punk and it was empowering. And I don't know if you realize that impact right back then from the beginning, but it was, it was just hearing the voice. And, you know, we talk a lot about, oh, it's a female musician and female bands and female fronted and this and that, and whether it's right or whether it's wrong to talk about it or generalize. But, you know, when you're listening to anger and it's coming from like, you know, somebody that represents you, it hits different.
Yeah.
It hits different. So I broke up with him. He was the one who introduced me to you, and I stole that L7 CD. He didn't deserve it.
Well, you know what? You could have bought a second. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that explains why I was dumped in 1991 by... Yes.
If anybody was dumped between like in the early 90s, yeah, it might have been because of L7.
I noticed, pardon me, but I noticed that in a lot of shots, you're barefoot on stage. Is that something that is that something you've always done? Do you enjoy doing it? Do you still do it?
I still do it. Yeah.
Wow.
I still do it for the most part. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year. We'll see where we go. That changes every year.
Why go barefoot? Geez, that stage must have been funky.
It wasn't that funky. You'd be surprised when stages look really bad, how unfunky they are. And then how sometimes when they look really clean, how funky they are.
What inspired you to go barefoot? Was it just like anything in particular? Or
I don't know why people don't go barefoot. Honestly, I mean, I think that it's like a much more lived experience to be able to step directly on the ground, to be able to play bass, which is like really about melody and rhythm. You know, you're really marrying Dee Placus, who's in L7, and Susie and Danita. You know, you're really like in between there. And I think being barefoot helps a lot, you know, actually. So I don't know. I haven't played guitar for L7.
No, but that makes a lot of sense. The only two people that come to my mind, and if anyone else out there can post some of the only two that I can think of is Ronnie Van Zant,
okay, from
Leonard Skinner, and Phil Anselmo from and I guess Henry Rollins too used to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
There were a lot of people in the hardcore scene that were going barefoot. It wasn't just like, hey, I discovered it or something.
Yeah. If I went barefoot in one of our shows, I'd probably end up with my luck, I'd end up like with my my two toes lacerated off or something. Friggin' animals, you know, when we played. Hobo Cakes, Jennifer, I cannot understate how big an impact L7 had on me as a teenager. Every time I saw you all live, I would wish the show was like 5 hours long. Love the music, the hair, the headbanging.
Oh, thank you so much.
You are loved.
That's a beautiful thing to say. And I'm so happy that we could still be here to do it for you today. Come see us with Abel and the Sniffers in 2026.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. We're just getting going, kids.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Chris from Nirvana went barefoot. Scott Reeder.
Everyone went barefoot.
Yeah. Scott Reeder. Yeah. Yep. Makes sense.
Give you a little traction.
So I just want to do, where is my album cover? This By the way, I really enjoyed being somewhat of a filmmaker, right? And a documentary filmmaker. I enjoyed the L7 documentary. I thought it was well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. You happy with that?
I am.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I know what goes into these things, and I thought it was well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you kind of mentioned that L7's around for a while, and you're plugging away, and like almost like four years into L7's band life, Sub Pop puts out this single, and it really breathes some life into the band and really sets you off on a course. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was part of what was called a single of the month club, and people would pay a subscription. I can't remember people would pay a subscription and they would receive this at the beginning of the month, and it was January 1990 whatever single.
And this and you said that this was Sub Pop, and that kind of Sub Pop was, and I quote, Sub Pop was the gateway to Europe.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us about how the momentum kind of started building?
We could not see any way to get to Europe other than putting a record out on an American label that released in Europe successfully. There was just no way to do it. Yeah. The US was getting too big. There was no way to just get over there to go play 18 German shows in one tour. And that would have been 1990 for L7.
Right. And then this
and we seriously did that. Not
Yeah.
18, but 7 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this was Smell the Magic, which came out later that year. Susie's on the left, Danita is second left, D Placus, then myself on the right.
And what's Jack and Dino produced this, right?
Yes, but there are songs on it that he did not produce. There are some songs that were recorded in Los Angeles, and I'm so sorry to tell you this. I don't know which version this is. There's an extended version and there's a shorter version.
Makes sense.
I'm just not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an incredible.
L7 was stuck in this crazy demeanor where we signed to Epitaph and we wanted to have a digital release, right, of that record. And they had no way of being able to pay for that. And then we got signed to Sub Pop just a couple years later, and there was no way for them to pay for a non-digital release. So we kind of got stuck between those two records.
Yeah, sure.
And then, which kind of brings us to Bricks Are Heavy. Was there like a process of, did you have to get, how did you go from Sub Pop to, this is Slash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to was that a whole thing? Did you have to get bought out? Sometimes you hear about that nightmare,
No, nothing. I mean, that was kind of the weird thing about being us is everyone only wanted us for one record. So we were we would go to the label and say hey, we're really thinking about, and they'd be great. We'll see you down the road. I don't know if it's that awesome. I think that was a little bit upsetting.
You felt like they don't. What are we gonna do? They don't love us anymore.
No, seriously. I mean, we tried. So prior to Nirvana launching, we wanted to sign to another label, so we went to this label.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, this is what is this label?
What?
Alison, get back on here. I can't remember what this label is called.
Slash, isn't it?
Yes, it's Slash. I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
But there's a question in the chat. What do we mean by a digital release in the 90s?
I know, right? It's so crazy. So digital release is literally putting the record out on a digital format, on a DVD.
Ah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it was so crazy because when the first record came out, which is just called L7, like we were sitting in a big warehouse with tons of different records that were all being shipped, and they were all on these big, huge slats, and there'd be like 100 of them or something, and that's how many they printed.
Right.
100. You know, so like those were getting lifted up into the truck. And for us, it was so exciting until we realized like at least 90 of those got returned. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know how many got returned, but it was close to that.
This this record was produced by Butch Vig, correct?
Yes.
Any memories of the process of recording with Senor Vig? What was Nevermind? The record he produced before this was a little record called Nevermind by Nirvana. Was that out when you were recording this, or?
No, it was not out yet. It wasn't out until midway through recording this.
Right.
So we're sitting in the studio and like all of their press started to show up. And we were like, wow, this is weird. Whoa, this is weird. Whoa, this is really weird. And it was all of it. And we were like, oh, that does it. 18 minutes late for the next movement.
This is weird. Yeah. All our friends are in this magazine.
Yeah.
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 I was doing my homework, and I noticed a couple of my friends have writing credits on this.
Yeah,
so I called Phil Caivano. I was like, excuse me, and of course, and Daniel Ray. And I asked Phil, oh, how did this go down? I guess you co-wrote something with Danny Ray and Phil. Yeah. Do you remember how those?
And we were all friends, you know.
Yeah. Al Mitchell chiming in. Al Mitchell, Circus of Power. Every track on Bricks Are Heavy is awesome.
Right.
Yes. Yes, and Mark Tulch, this album inspired so many girls in my high school to start bands when it came out. Yes. 1,000%, yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
In retrospect, are you happy with the way all these years later? Do you feel like this record has aged well?
You're so funny because I feel like, I mean, I really did put everything that I have into every single piece of music I've ever created, whether it's The Shocker or Other Star People or L7. And I'm really proud of everything that we've done. And I know some of it just never got what it needed to get. And it's so weird for people to just say, this record was so great. It made so much change in our culture, in our scene, in this, in that, but we never heard about it because it was just tapped down, really.
So that was going to be one of my questions. Like, were you aware that this was something that was going to start, I mean, kind of a revolution? And, you know, you were there watching it unfold in real time, but you weren't aware of it. Was it something that you thought about or no?
Yeah, I mean, I think we kept touring from, you know, basically 1991 before it came out all the way to 1994. And then like a couple months in 95. So there were a lot of stuff that got released and we just didn't get to see anything. I mean, I don't know if that sounds weird to say, but we just didn't get to see it all the way built out.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems to kind of like flourish. A lot of these things are almost like, you know, when an artist is painting these masterpieces, but we don't realize it until after they're gone. You know, it flourishes and just blooms. It's a slow, you know, slow growth, and then it just explodes, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's interesting. Hi, Drew.
Hey. I like taking myself off the screen every now and then, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah. Daniel Nice 7277 asked, did you play Maxwell's in Hoboken for this record? Yes, like 14 times.
Yeah, like 300 times.
Don't fuck with me on that one.
Yeah. Before Hoboken became ground zero for cool.
Orgasm is sadly relevant as ever. Thank you.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. There you go. Speaking of which, and speaking of peers and other bands, wanna Shanghai you again with another old friend, big supporter of ours, good friend of ours. I'm talking about Cindy Halfrats from the Lunatics.
What? What is going on with you people?
This is your life.
This is your life. Cindy and I just had one of the greatest summers this summer.
We really did.
We really did.
It was
What's
great.
up? What's up, Sin?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Jen was very, very important.
Not very important. Just shut up.
Come on, embarrass her.
You know, she's the shit. Then
any Cindy, is there I know it's hard to pin it down, but is there any kind of vibrant memory you have? Lunatics, L7 sort of. I mean, I assume you guys play shows together and stuff?
we did. You know, Drew, first of all, you know that vivid memories are not my thing because anything. But memories for sure I have, and Jennifer was instrumental in the Lunatics getting to the West Coast the first time ever, and L7 were super important to Lunatics, and you know, I feel like there was a real sisterhood there that we had, and they had their shit together definitely more than we did, and helped. You know, Jennifer helped drag us along into the world, and it was really great and important, and we owe them something.
Mm-hmm. And we just did a 40th anniversary show for L7 and had the Lunatics play on that show. So again, still just dragging them across the country, just dragging them out here.
That's quite a compliment, Jennifer, that you guys had your shit together.
I know. Interesting, right?
Drew, do you have that photo?
It's all relative.
Where did you send it to me? I don't remember.
Assumed you would have had it because it's like
which one?
The one for the Lunatics and that's all over the place all the time.
Did you text it to me? I don't remember.
You're a professional.
Listen, I'm in the friggin' trenches here, woman. Bullets are flying. There's a lot going on.
All right. Well, everybody knows what picture I'm talking about, but of course I don't have it. Lori?
Where's the shot you're talking about?
Front of TVs?
I think it's on my Instagram.
Let me look.
Now, while he's feverishly looking around for that, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you two were up to this summer?
Yeah, well,
yes.
Jennifer,
Cindy.
It's your show, babe.
It's not my show. That was your summer. I just showed up.
That was that, and we were really hoping that you would show up, and it was like, will she?
Okay. So first off, Cindy's a DJ. So Cindy got hired to be a DJ for many of the, what's that really big show called? Oh, Warped Tour. So she went on the Warped Tour and was doing all this kind of like backstage, on stage, this stuff, that stuff. I just showed up and hung out. I was like, yeah, yes, there's the photo.
There we go.
Yes.
That's
How beautiful.
Wow.
Does anybody need to know who is who in this photo?
Please.
Okay, we're going to do this. The top left is going to be Cindy, Danita, Theo, Susie, Gina, Cindy, Becky, Dee, Jennifer Finch. Look at that.
Love it.
The gang's all here.
Really beautiful.
Out in front of CBGB's.
In front of CBGB's.
Which makes it even Or if it needed to be any cooler.
Dude, the entire bands would go see these shows. This wasn't just like the singer went.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that happen now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What else, Cindy? Good to see you, Cindy.
Thank you. Great to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's great to see Jennifer's photos because, as you know, I was on this coast, and I was also taking pictures at the same time as Jennifer was taking pictures, albeit not bands, and also mine are so much blurrier, and I'm so impressed. I had a manual camera, and it was sink or swim. Like, you focus it, you set the exposure, you do all that stuff, and I was a drunk, so it was 100 shots. I got like 2 usable photographs, and I'm really impressed at how professional your photos look.
Yeah, you only need one.
That's right.
You only need one.
It's true.
I've been harassing Cindy for a while now about digging up her negatives and let's scan them, because
We're doing
Yeah.
it because
Absolutely.
those have already been stolen and credited to somebody else. So no time like the president.
That's right.
I feel it's
Don't let-
important stuff, and there's an intrinsic historical value to it. So
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Thank you, Cindy. I guess me and Rochelle will see you soon.
Absolutely.
All
See
right.
you soon,
Talk to
Jen.
you soon. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's awesome.
I
We
promise.
love
I
Cindy.
promise I won't do it again.
Okay, thank you.
I promise I won't
We
do it
love
again.
her.
Oh yeah. There's sponsors on the show. Let's take a sponsor break.
Yes.
Jennifer, it'll be a couple of minutes. Let me do the sponsor thing. We'll come back and we will continue on our journey. Okay.
Thank you so much.
See ya. All right. And you.
Okay.
I'll see you in a couple.
All right.
That's what's up. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Jennifer Finch is our guest today. We're going to keep going on, doing what we do. And now a word from our sponsor. Since 1992, Generation Records has been a mainstay of the New York metropolitan area music scene. Today, they offer a diverse selection of new and used rock, jazz, indie, hip-hop, punk, hardcore, metal, blues, soundtrack, and reggae LPs, as well as t-shirts, posters, and other merchandise. They buy used record collections and music memorabilia and will pay you top dollar for them. House calls made for large collections in the tri-state area. Call or email generationrecords@gmail.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram.
Will that be cash or in debt?
Do you mean debit?
Yes. Sorry. Another eternally satisfied customer.
Yo, what's happening? I'm out here at one of our all-ages Sunday matinees on the Bowery. I hope that you are enjoying today's show. I just want to let you know that the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live needs your support. Please step up. There is a Patreon page that has a lot of unique program. Shows are announced there first. Lots of good stuff. There's a PayPal address right there on the screen if you want to make a contribution. There's also a super chat function. You could do that, but the bottom line is this show exists because of your support. We're going to be doing it for a long, long time. Thank you for all your support through the years. Back to the show.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Conditioned by misinformation, it's just the media telling us lies. Decipher fiction from the truth, society slow
And we're back. Often imitated, never duplicated. It's the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. For those that are asking about the Patreon, what do I draw a blank? What is this called? What is this called, Lori? The QR code. Right. The QR code. There it is. Please support the show. The show exists because of your support. We would not exist if it was not for you. There it is. There's also a PayPal address. Please listen. Friggin' Patreon is as low as $2 a month. What do you want me to do? Smoke it for you? Come on. Jump in, support the show. I know there's a lot of lurkers out there. Don't be a Hatreon, join Patreon. That said, some upcoming shows 1 week from today. 1 week from today, John Gallagher from Raven. Hail. A couple days after that, some home cooking with Rob Castoria, Scarhead, etc. Wednesday, February 4th, Howard Wolfing, musician and author, Pepper Keenan of Corrosion and Down, Sunday, February 8th. Speaking of Los Lobos, Steve Berlin and Slash Records. Steve Berlin actually was a house producer for Slash Records and produced, speaking of Courtney Love, the first Faith No More record. So very interesting character to have on the show. Looking forward to it. A little bit of a side trip. Chris Wren has a book called Fenway Punk, How a Boston Indie Label Scored Big on Baseball's Biggest. I read this book. It's great. We love Chris Wren. Great guy. Wayne from Hatebreed, Sunday, March 1st. Steve Blush has a new book out, When Rock Met Hip Hop, Sunday, March 8th. Bill Stevenson. Come on, West Coast. Shake a leg, West Coast. Bill Stevenson, Descendants, All Black Flag. And then Joey from DOA. There's a film out called Something Better Change coming out. We got the director, Scott Crawford, coming on. And Paul Rackman as well. You know who else is coming on the show? I didn't even include this. Here's one for you. Stick this in your pipe and smoke it. Hold on. Get a load of this. Wait, where is it? He hasn't actually okayed this flyer yet, but I'm going to put it up anyway. The longest tenured drummer in Guns N' Roses, Frank Farrar, is going to be on the show. He's an old friend. My brother directed a video for his first band, The Beautiful, here in New York in the early 90s. Frankie was in the Psychedelic Furs. He was in Guns N' Roses for 15 years. We got a great New Yorker, Frankie Farrar, coming on the show. So lots of going on. Want to thank latest patrons, Mark Borg of the Borg Collective, Karen H., and Mark Lipschitz, all got on board with Patreon. Thank you so much. Thanks for enabling me. And speaking of enablers, my co-host, Lori Dawn. Thanks for enabling me.
You're so welcome.
Oh, there it is.
That's my job, the enabler.
Yeah. Yep. What else? Everything else all right?
Yep. Everything looks good.
I want to shout out Johanna Ananovino. Just made a little donation. Well, thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm a fortunate soul, and I really appreciate everybody supporting the show and enabling me and Lori and Steven and Jennifer to do shows like this.
All of our guests, yes.
I'm a lucky guy. That said, enough of me talking about me. Let's bring our guest back on. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Finch. Hi. Wow. Let's see. What else? Where were we?
We were somewhere in 92. Somewhere in 92.
Somewhere in 92. Let's jump ahead a little.
You know what made me chuckle in the doc when you guys were making a run at it, and you kind of come to the realization, like, who's paying for this? And we've
No,
brought.
hold on a minute. I came to the realization of who's paying for this.
Right.
I was like, who's paying for all of this?
Right.
We're
And
not
we've
making this money.
we've chuckled about this on the show and how bands are like. I remember when I was managing bands, when I was managing Marauder, we thought, wow, you go to the label and they give you all this stuff and they give you all this merch and they fly you here and you do. What are you talking about? You gotta what? You gotta pay that back?
Mhm.
Like, that's bullshit. And
I know.
that was just met with such, so that made in the doc where, who's paying for this? And that's I think a lot of bands come to that juncture, don't you think?
I do.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for saying something.
For ages and ages now, it comes back to the same thing. You've got bands touring and busting their asses, and then they come off tour and they're like, I need a day job. It seems like
I've always had a day job this whole time.
everybody else around them made money and made, except the bands.
Yeah. Around in like 91, maybe it was early 92, I quit my day job just because I couldn't keep any job at all.
Because you were just touring so much?
We were touring so much, and it was like just maybe the minimum amount was just getting me by.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got a day job again.
Yeah.
Touring life. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And that's,
You don't want to talk about that photo? That photo's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that photo. What is
Well,
that photo?
Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm just
listen.
kidding. Do what you want.
Listen. Feel free to jump in any. Feel free to jump in any time.
Are you running out of things to talk about, Drew? Because I'll take you down some other paths.
No, please. We go where the horse leads us.
Yes.
So, I'm trying to relocate that photo again.
I know you lost it. I could tell.
I did.
Yeah,
happened.
it was a lot. I'm gonna just let you have some peace right now. Be able
Oh,
to
here,
find what you.
here it is. No, that's the other barefoot photo. Excuse me. I got it.
Mhm.
Is there a backstory to this or some sort of perspective?
I don't
Here
know
you
what
go.
you're looking at.
This one again.
That one. No,
Yeah.
nothing. I don't even know where that was taken, honestly.
Got it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
I look exactly the same though. It's incredible.
You haven't.
One of the things that I had wanted to ask you about was, you had an addiction when you were younger.
Uh-huh.
And you came to your sobriety as L7 was breaking. And I wanted to know what brought you to that moment where you were just like, okay, I need to stop this and I need to be sober. And what held you to that?
So interesting because nothing really. I mean, I had been using for 10 years, pretty hardcore. I started using when I was 14. So a lot of the stuff that you see being out at shows had a lot to do with me using. And I think by the time I was 24, I was like, okay, I need to stop this. Like, this is what needs to stop. And I was already in L7 for a year. I think that would have been, I don't even know what year, but yeah, I just stayed, you know what I mean? And it was just so much touring over and over and over and over and over and over and over that it was like 5 years in no time.
Wow.
But for anyone who knows, for anyone who knows the stories of the 90s, think of the heroin I missed by getting clean in 1990.
Wow.
You know? Like I missed everything. Everything.
So the whole run there with L7, you were clean and sober, and the band necessarily wasn't?
There were people in the band that were clean.
Okay.
Yeah. Or sober. I don't know however you want to say it. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be like, say
No.
the right. I'm trying to say the right thing.
No, I get it. No, I didn't really have any, like somebody says. So
sober buddies. Did you have any sober buddies?
None.
Wow.
Oof, that's heavy. That's
None
hard.
until late.
Did you not to break your anonymity, but did you go to meetings, or did you just sort of that's it and just kind of white knuckle it?
You are so amazing to ask, because I started out by going to meetings. I was into it in a sense of like, this is what's going to get me clean for 3 weeks. And then I kind of left the meetings, but I started to notice that more and more and more of my friends were going to meetings, more and more people in LA, artists, photographers, designers, hair people. They were all kind of in the meetings at certain times, and I was kind of into it,
Yeah.
It's like where you can come to LA and you could go to a meeting. But then it started to develop an even deeper, more spiritual presence, if that sounds okay to say. I'm not a spiritual person, but, there's that expression.
Yeah.
It's
and
okay.
I go, to this day, I have 35 years and I still go.
Wow.
Just so you know that. 35 years.
I'm coming up on 17 years.
Nice. I just still go. What else am I going to do?
You know what? I'm going to my meeting tonight after this meeting, my home group meeting. I'm going.
I'm just saying, I'm going to nowhere tonight after the, what's today? Sunday? I'll go to a meeting tonight.
I mean, coming up on 17 years.
That's right.
So,
party.
Yeah.
I just started Al-Anon, so.
So good.
Yeah.
Larry Kelly says, yeah, I still go too, even though it can be like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, you gotta ignore that part. That's the part you gotta just be like, wow, this is like fingernails on a chalkboard. This is so cool.
Yeah.
I'll be gone in an hour.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're clean, Larry, because we've rekindled our friendship since we both got clean. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's incredible and very, very inspiring. So,
one of the things that I took note of, which I thought was pretty intense, was you guys went out on Lollapalooza, and it was 43 shows. I thought that was quite a
crazy, right?
Yeah, 40. I counted them. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Crazy.
43 shows, and I was sort of looking at the years before and the years after it, and I almost felt like that could have been like the pinnacle, if I could say that, of Lollapalooza, where it really sort of it was its high watermark. I think that year was Smashing Pumpkins and the Beastie Boys and George Clinton and the Breeders, Tribe Called Quest, you guys,
Green Day.
Oh, Green Day.
They opened. No one's looking at them. What are you gonna
do? Any memories of sort of that? What was? How do I say this? Was that a high watermark for L7?
It's interesting because there was no high watermark for L7. I'm going to just tell you that right now.
Hey,
because
please.
Lollapalooza, that was the year that Kurt Cobain was going to headline, and he passed away. And there were moments where they weren't going to do it, and there were moments where they were going to do it. And then he passed away, so that was the moment they weren't going to do it. So they brought in Smashing Pumpkins, who came in at the last minute. That was kind of a weird take, honestly. And not that they're weird, or it was just kind of in that moment. It was a little bit weird. And nobody really talks about that. I don't usually talk about it. I think that they're a, fine band, but it was an odd situation. But I don't know who else could have, I don't know, I should think about it more, but I don't know who else could have come in and really held that spot to the point that they did.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
And they were having a lot of problems, a lot. Like mega. Oh my God. Darcy was trying to leave. Yeah. Billy, everyone was just trying to get out of there. And it was like 45 shows or whatever to get out of there. And I don't know. It's just so much backstage. Look, if you're just coming to see the show, awesome. Great show. But if you're there 45 fucking days, fuck.
Yeah.
It was gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah. I would think so. That's all. That caught my eye. That's a long grind.
It was a long grind.
Yeah.
But they couldn't put Beastie Boys at the top of that bill either. They needed to have someone very commercial. Yeah. They couldn't put us. They couldn't put Nick Cave. You know,
Yeah.
they couldn't put
Yeah.
breeders. They had to put someone really commercial. And that's how Billy Corgan's always been. It's really commercial.
Right. Right.
I don't know if this is from that era or before. I know you guys cross paths a lot, but you mentioned Beastie Boys.
Aw.
Any fond memories of Adam or the band, or any Beastie Boys perspective?
Tons of Beastie Boys perspective. But you know, Beastie Boys are really all about, I think, those genuine smaller moments. You know, they were dating our friends were dating them. It was a really big deal, you know. 92, 95. I don't know what year that was.
Yeah.
Definitely not 96. 94.
Yeah.
That's the year, 94.
There you go. Yeah, and that's I think that Lollapalooza was 94, I think.
94.
Yeah.
You're right.
But like you said, Green Day kind of comes along and things start changing.
Yeah, that was definitely the first day, was that Nirvana's gone and Green Day joined, and Green Day were kicking ass, and it was just like crazy. I don't know who gave
were they
them
really
that
were they
thought.
really kicking ass like on that tour? Like
Yes.
Yeah.
They always kicked ass. This was 94.
Yeah,
They've
they
been
were kicking
kicking ass for many years. What, 80? What? I don't even know. 85? I mean, I don't know. Someone
Green
help.
Day definitely breathed a new type of energy into the music scene. You know, it was upbeat. It was energetic. It was, I mean,
No one wanted to talk about your depression and your stomach aches. Not one person. Not one person.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of did, but no one else did.
The wave goes in and the wave goes out.
I was already 4 years clean by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was already like, okay, all that's behind me. Let's go
Yes.
forward.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. So,
Yeah.
and then you guys went in to record your fifth album, and we saw your departure.
Yep, that was it. Oh, you look so sad, Lori. It was actually a lot of
bit.
fun.
Okay, but but at the time, you know,
At
it
the
was
time.
the best, though.
It is true.
Yes.
Is it? I think would I be amiss to ask, why did you leave? What were the circumstances leading up to it, or frame that any way you feel comfortable? Like what was sort of
True.
the impetus?
You're so fun to ask.
You know,
questions.
listen.
Look at that guy.
That's why you left?
That guy right there.
We're going to interview him next.
I know, right? You know, I think that we were in a really strange place. And I think that Danita really wanted more power. She wanted to become more of a central focus of the band, which is fine. She just really held on to like everything in like the darkest way possible. And that was just who she was at the time. You know, it's changed.
Yes.
I'm reading notes on the side, but yeah.
I know
that was it. That was it. And I mean, honestly, that was the first record that we were going to honestly make some money moving forward. So I knew in that moment, I need to either be in the band and tell them I wanted to leave, or two, I needed to somewhere in the middle think about it, or three, I just needed to leave. You know, there wasn't anything else to do.
Right.
Was it a tough decision to make?
It's interesting because I have to think that it was the hardest decision I've ever had to make in the middle of a moment that I would ever be in the middle of. And I think if people look back at what like the 90s really were, like that was just the hardest place to be if you were a musician. Like you just couldn't go do other stuff or do other things or have another band or go do things. So in the moment, I got to tell you both, I was in a band called Other Star People, and we were already signed to A&M at that point.
Okay.
Right? So we, A&M, were just sitting waiting to hear what L7 was going to do in order to put out that record.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there was another record that took another year to make. So, I mean, it was just ridiculous. Everything was ridiculous.
Right. And it seems like you've always been like the type of person who you know what you need for yourself, you know, and that's really, you know, rare, actually.
I know.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's true.
You know, some people don't realize it and they sink into like maybe anxiety or depression or this or that, locked under obligation. But you always kind of felt, it always struck me as the type of person that was just like, no, I need this for myself and I'm doing it.
Yeah. That's what you got to do. Right, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was over in the bathroom, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I'm the puppet master.
Oh my God, someone in the chat just wrote, don't sleep on the fact that Jennifer was in the Doll Parts video.
That's
Do you know about that?
I do not know what the Doll Parts video is. I'm sorry.
I know. So basically, while we were on the road, Courtney had lost her husband. Right after that, she lost her bass player. And this was terrible. Yes. And they had to go in and do a video for Doll Parts. And they had nobody to go in and play bass on it.
Yep.
Hey, Jen, what are you doing tomorrow?
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Hey, Jen, remember me? We were in a band together like a couple of years ago.
Okay, so first off, Courtney came out of all of that and got on the L7 tour bus the entire time for Lollapalooza. So we were very close. Okay.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good.
That's awesome. And our chat room is very knowledgeable.
Thank you, Hobo Cakes.
Torment. I know also I know your dad passed away at the time, sadly, and a friend of mine that was working with Umbar passed away, and you know, that was very sad. Umbar was a good dude, and
Umbar was an incredible dude, and for anyone who knows them knows exactly what that pain felt like. Anyone who knew my dad knew exactly what that pain felt like. Yeah. Anyone who was in L7 and had to deal with all of that knew exactly what that felt like.
That must have been a lot all converging at once.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No. Go.
I have some very fond memories of Umbar, and with, you know, I was in the biohazard camp for, you know, a while there when Umbar was out with us, and some fond memories of Umbar. He was a good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah. So
good guy, would stand up on a table, take all of the silverware, throw it on the floor, and jump right off. Umbar.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. So just moving along. So you leave the band. The band goes on for a while after that. Did you keep in touch with any of the gals, or was it only until the creation of this thing called the internet and the renewed interest in the band did you sort of converge? Did you keep in touch with your former bandmates when you left?
I did not. I think that's like a thing that people need to know, is that a lot of times you need to make decisions because that was then, that you just have to make certain choices. So yeah, Susie and I, we connected quite a bit more. Dee's mom and I connected, Danita's mom and I connected. Like, there was connection, but it was early internet. So I don't know, what to say about that.
No.
But I mean, I had been on the internet since 1994. I was on the internet previous to the internet because I started a company back then that was really interested in, and how are we going to deal with all this like digital marketing that's going to come up? Because I knew there was going to be a lot of it, and it might not be until, I don't know, 99, 2000, 2001. And that was going to be like the time to kind of stake out space. So I was kind of there at the beginning, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Did is that the realm that you delved into when you left the band? Marketing, digital marketing, stuff like that?
I knew that I had to be into something that was going to be more than part-time work. So that was what I was going to try to do. That wasn't going to be part-time work. How's that for an answer?
Yeah. No, the early days of the internet was like the Wild West with everything that was going on. My brother worked for a company called The Den. That was one of the early sort of internet. There's going to be original programming on the internet. What? No way. No.
Yeah.
Like bullshit. And, and someday it's going to be like you're going to be able to do a show from your house and have like no.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was.
I know, but The Den. I think if I'm thinking of the right company, The Den were around in about 99, 2001, right? Like very early, right? And they were doing shows out of LA, out of like House of Blues or something?
That's right.
Right. Yeah. So, I was on one of their shows as interviewer at one point.
Yeah, my brother worked for The Den. He was a director, and they just they're one of these sort of startups that just had a lot of oomph behind them, a lot of money, and they were doing a lot of stuff early on, and they ended up collapsing. I think like anything else, there's certain entities that come out strong out of the gate. They're almost a little bit before their time. The audience, the thing that happened with The Den was the audience wasn't there. People weren't ready to watch original programming on the computer. Like the world needed to catch up a little bit.
Well, I don't know if the world ever did catch up with original programming, because I think that they were trying to model it against what you already saw on other programming. Does that make sense? Like they were trying to model it against all of the stuff that people already knew. And I think that they weren't kind of looking for more undercurrents.
Yeah.
Which did show up like in Vine and in all these other platforms shortly after that.
100%. And of course, now the way it is now, there's just all kinds of incredible original programming or whatever.
Do people in the chat, do you all know what Vine is? Do you all know what any of that is from early 2000s?
We could ask them.
Okay.
Hey, do you clowns know what that is?
Oh my God. They're all like, we're confused. Thank you.
No.
Dude, I don't know who's around here who's 48 years old.
Kate Wilson. Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, 100%.
Nice.
Listen, audience, don't make me look stupid in front of the guest, okay?
No, we know you're all that old, okay?
Most of us are old. Yeah. I love
Vine.
Vine. The
Remember
OG
Prodigy?
TikTok.
No. Oh, Prodigy, not the band. No, I don't remember.
Wasn't Prodigy was it a web thing?
A web thing? I have no idea. Someone needs to come on and explain
it. Actually, no. Actually, no.
How could you have a whole platform called Prodigy and a whole band called Prodigy?
Right. Oh,
it was an internet service.
Prodigy was an internet service. Okay.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Prodigy was kind of like AOL, kind of. Okay. Message boards and stuff.
Got it. Yeah, no. So that was pre-99.
Nice.
No, pre-98.
It was an internet provider. Yeah, Prodigy.
Okay,
sort of like AOL, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still on AOL.
Are you still on AOL? I think
I have an AOL. My email address is AOL. Yeah.
AOL.
Dude, it comes up and then you're like, dude, you got to change that, and then it goes away, and then it like, oh my God, there's Drew again, and he's still on AOL.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. And then it goes away again. It's like through time.
Or the dial-up when you call on the phone and that screeching thing.
Yeah.
You've got mail. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So now, after you depart L7 creatively, you had other star people, and also a band called The Shocker. I'm not too familiar with the other Star People, but the Shocker I really liked. And you were out in front of your bass now singing. And
Yeah.
I loved that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I literally at some point in that band was just like, I'm singing. I'm just going to sing. Like, hand me that microphone. This is
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Did
And
it work? No.
yeah, you have just a very natural and strong presence. So I really like that. Usually
Mhm.
the bass player is the one that's hiding, but
Oh no, this bass player's right
Yeah.
up in front.
exactly. So, and you were also the principal songwriter there as well. So creatively, that must have been really fulfilling for you.
Yeah, good observation. I loved Other Star People and the Shocker.
Now, in Other Star People, did you sing as well, or were you playing guitar?
You know, Xander and I both sang mutual
Okay.
harmonies. So we sang at the same time to create kind of like a new way
Right.
of singing, which I don't know, it never really popped. I'm always thinking it's going to pop somehow, but it just doesn't.
Yeah. Well, this was a great project. I loved it. Anybody who hasn't listened to the Shocker they should check it out.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, really great. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Are you hearing?
Lori, are you sorry?
I'm not sorry at all.
You're not sorry at all. We have 2 sorries and 1 no sorry.
Spiky asks, was going to ask where the band name came from, but just saw that logo, LOL.
You know, I can't tell you every single story. It just has to
I'm
be
sorry.
tiered out over time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know what the Shocker means.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what does the Shocker mean? Okay, so the Shocker is a sex move, and I saw
didn't know that. Why?
Okay,
You didn't know that?
a friend of mine took me to a gun show in Louisiana right after Bianca from Blowtorch died. They invited me to go out on a tour with them, which was shortly after Other Star People. And I went out on a tour, and Bianca unfortunately died on that tour. She's a very good friend for many years. And that was kind of it. I was just like, Umbar, my dad, this, that, everything was happening. And we went to a gun show, and we went to the back. My friend took me to the back of the show. It was just like a small show in the middle of nowhere. And it was where everybody went to go cook and eat. Everybody was back there, and everyone shared the cooking. And anyone who was, I don't know, like if you just went to the gun show to set up a whatever, like you're just setting up a thing to sell, they were all back there eating. So my friend Manhart took me back there, who's a really old friend of L7. And he said, "Hey bro, did you see that guy with the big fat guy with the, angel sitting on a mushroom throwing the Shocker?" And I'm like, I don't know anything what you're talking about. And it's like, he's like, dude, he's in there throwing the Shocker. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And I go, if there's no band called the Shocker yet, I got to start one. And he was like, yeah, you got to start one because you're now 50 years old. No, I wasn't even 50. I was like still 30 or something. And he was like, go start that band.
Larry Kelly nailed it. I could see Drew's face. He just looked up the Shocker. That's exactly how I finally figured it out. I was like, oh, okay.
The thumb is very important.
Good Lord.
People have always got embarrassed about it and not embarrassed. And sometimes we just didn't talk about it, but that's where it came from.
Yep. Yeah, our chat room got it.
Yeah. I made more money off Shocker t-shirts than any of my t-shirts of any band that I've been in, including L7.
Wow.
Which is kind of a far stretch.
I love it. Love it.
Just saying.
Fantastic.
What do I know? I'm like this. I'm like a square. I'm like, when it comes
to people would write to our band and say, "Hey, we're in a baseball team that plays on Saturdays, and we're called the Shocker, and we need 50 shirts for us and to sell to our fans." And I'd be like, "That's great. Let's make it 60." And I would sell them 60 shirts every single year. Incredible. And it happened over and over and over and over. And they didn't know who the band was. They just knew what the Shocker was.
Right. All about merchandising. That's awesome.
I know.
It's all about cross collateralizing the whole thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you
That's
go.
right.
There you
Before we take a quick sponsor break and then take some questions from around the world, one last Jennifer had a photography resurgence in the early 2000s as well. More photos? What inspired you to pick up the camera again?
You are so funny. The photography resurgence was not in new photos. It was just in, I never showed my photos. So they were in boxes in my garage. And a guy from the LA Weekly came over to do an article on my husband, who was an early that's not him, but very good. But close.
But I was kind of assuming this would be one of those kind of rediscovered.
No. He was exactly from that era.
Yeah.
And he found those photos. He found the photos that were all the photos that you've shown and you've seen so far. Yeah.
Don't be misled by. Go ahead,
about these photos being in people's garages and mothers' houses and the attic, and
No, that's what I thought I was. I was just a person with images, and some of them were never developed. Some of them weren't developed.
Wow,
I
that
know.
must have been a treat.
I know. It was almost $8,000, I think, to just archive everything.
Wow.
Which it never really made that. That was just what I made that year. Where's the Jennifer trading card?
Ooh,
You guys make one.
we did.
No,
Not you guys, those guys.
Here it is, right here. Boom. Here it is.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yes.
I never made that. Who made that?
That's made. That's by Hardcore Legend Trading Card by Josh. That's the front.
Okay.
That's the front, and this is the back.
Dang.
The back is cool. Lots going on here.
Lots going on. I don't see it though. What's going on, Drew?
Hey, I'm moving as fast as I can. There's the back.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I don't know what any of that is.
Fun fact, outside of all her music, writing, and performing, Jennifer started working as a graphic designer in the early 2000s. She went on to teach graphic design at a school in Los Angeles and has also worked in programming, online marketing, and as a press agent while traveling with bands on tour.
That's right.
Wow.
That's awesome. Yes.
Tony Slug experience. How interesting. Okay.
Sex in Progress?
Honestly, that's it. Wait, where's Sex in Progress? Are they on there?
Above the Tony Slug experience is Sex in Progress.
Nope. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, send Jen her card, Josh.
Yeah.
That said, let me take a quick sponsor break.
Okay.
It will not be as long as the last one.
No.
And we will come back. Can we do another 15 minutes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And let's have some fun. Let's take some questions from around the world. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
Okay, bye.
All right.
So you learned something new today, the shaka.
You girls talking about this sex. I'm like square. I'm too old for all that now.
There you go. Too old. I got arthritis.
Yeah, I'm like, I do the basics now. It's all this other stuff.
I gotcha. We gotcha.
You want friggin' calisthenics? Anyway.
Okay.
I'll see you in a minute.
All right.
Well, good goddamn. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Thank you for coming by. Great show today. Our guest is Jennifer Finch. We are sponsored by blah, 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 and the Texas Silver Rush. They're a jewelry design firm and boutique store located in the birthplace of Texas country music scene in Fredericksburg, Texas. They specialize in working with musicians in all music genres to design and create unique one-off pieces, as well as for style and for stage, album covers, promo photos, and social media exposure. The client list includes Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Greg Rolle, Ringo Starr, and of course, Yagnostic Front. Information and online sales are being taken at their Facebook and Instagram pages, and of course, www.thetexassilverrush.com. Come on now. Minty Fresh Presents our promotion company that put on hardcore and metal shows at Locals Bar in Manalapan, New Jersey. Founded by Chris Gullis of Bulldoze and Frankie DeAngelis of Silence Equals Death, the shows are all ages with plenty of free parking. The kitchen's open all night and the bar till 2 a.m. If you're a band looking to play and you don't totally suck, or if you do suck but draw a fuckload of people, please reach out to them at mintyfreshpresents@gmail.com. Ticket pre-sales for events are available at mintyfreshnewjersey.com. Check them out on Instagram at mintyfresh and help spread the word to spread DIY hardcore and metal in Central New Jersey. Minty Fresh Presents. Hey, by the way, we are playing the next show. We are playing a Minty Fresh show coming up on Saturday, January 24th. Sheer Terror, The Take, Nailed to the Cross, Incendiary Device, Pool Scum, Tear Gas, Concrete Burial. This is a banger in the jewel of New Jersey, Manalapan. Come on now, last but not least, She Devil's Coven is a female-owned entrepreneur business based out of Connecticut. Owner Rachel King Key's handcraft soil wax candles set with intentions for your sanctuaries. She's accomplished a life goal dream since Beauty School, debuting her artist showcase Hotties and Hellions that feature live bands, burlesque, sideshow acts, vendors, food trucks, and this year a live auction with all proceeds going to the mental health program Punk Rock Saves Lives. Catch her in the tri-state area doing her thing, slinging candles at events, and keep an eye out for her show coming to New York in the spring of 2026. You can find her on Etsy and on Instagram. Hey, you want to mention a couple upcoming events. Hey, I'm doing this Clash thing here in New York City. It's a benefit for Jamaican hurricane relief with a whole bunch of friends and associates. Some you may know, of course, Eugene Hutz from Gogo Bordello, Rocky from the Pogues that used to play with us in the Drew Stone Hit Squad, Paul Bearer of Sheer Terror, so on and so forth. Pete Stahl from Scream. That's at the Bowery Electric on, when is this? January 20th. And I'll let the cat out of the bag. I am doing the Class song, Safe European Home. So that's what's up. And then, of course, we are doing the Minty Fresh show a couple days later. Yo, the next free all ages Sunday matinee, the last one at the Bowery Electric, is Sunday, December 25th. Bring the wife, bring the booger-eating kid. The booger-eating kid has to be 16 and plus now. No more children at the shows. You have to be 16 and plus. Sworn Enemy, Brass Knuckle Brigade, Nailed to the Cross, Deadshot, Fractured, DJ Sid the Kid. Come on down. Yo, we're playing Albany at Empire Upper Underground with Tree and a couple others. And the next day we are going to be in Kingston, New York. So there's a lot going on. And then we're heading back to the birthplace of New York hardcore at A7. We're bringing all the shows back there. Incendiary Device, Silence Equals Death, Sad Plant, Dying Breed, Reconstruction, Sunday, February 15th. And then blah, 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 blah. So lots going on. Oh, Lori. Hey, we're doing this in Tompkins Square Park, right?
Yes, we are.
Tell them what we're doing. Tell them what we're doing.
So this is a whiles away, but hey, it's the winter and we're looking forward to the summer. So August the 23rd in our beloved Tompkins Square Park, we are going to be having a school supply drive. So bring some notebooks and pencils and whatever else and get ready to party with us. So, yep, Women of the Pit and Punk Rock Saves Lives will be there. And I got the t-shirt on today. And we're going to have some great bands: Sonic Bomb, World of Chaos, Butterbrain, and My War.
Yeah, so we're doing the My War thing again.
It's going to be one for the kids.
And you know what? You don't have to. You can listen. All your parents, you can bring your kids to this show.
Yes. This one will be a kid-friendly show, and I don't know if it'll be kid-friendly. It'll be a kids show, and I don't know how friendly it's going to be, but we'll be doing this for some schools in need in our area. So, be a good event.
I like doing these. I like doing these charity events with Women of the Pit, and I like when we do the My War thing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we do too. I mean, we hate just being like merch pushers. We like to just do these collections and everything so that we can do some good and not have to depend on t-shirt sales. So, yeah.
And Robin of Punk Rock Saves Lives.
Yeah, she'll be there. She'll be handing out harm reduction supplies and signing people up for the bone marrow donor registration. So
I like that. Harm reduction supplies.
love it too.
Yeah.
Condoms and Narcan.
What else do you need in this life?
You know,
Condoms and Narcan.
it'll get you pretty far.
That said, questions for our guest. Please post them. Go deep. Get weird. Let's go. Let's bring our guest back on. Jennifer Finch. Hi.
Hi, Lori.
Let me put everybody back in their spot.
So I'm going to jump in with the first question.
Sure.
So my question would be, you know, you're out of L7 for a while, and then you come back for your reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Oops.
Where did I just go?
I'm sorry. I did a bad.
That
right.
was true.
Any life lessons, musical lessons, any experiences now being away and then coming back into the band? Anything that you've learned that now makes L7 a happy place for you to be?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. The next question.
Moving on. Here's a recent picture of us. Boo-boo.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's it.
It works now for you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Incredible.
It's a good photo.
It's a very nice photo. That's why I put it up. I thought it would, maybe, was this weird? Or was this, I would think this was kind of exciting. Was this weird and or exciting?
It was expected, I gotta say. I mean, it was like there were months that it was put off. They were already doing it for like a 93 Lollapalooza guide. So we're already talking second record. It's not even our first record.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck them. I mean, fuck them. Yay. Fuck them. Boo. Who cares? It's a great photo.
Yeah. Okay. Them, fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck them. Meh. Nah. Any Mike Patton stories? Who is asking that?
Help me help you. I'm trying to sort through these knuckleheads.
I like this question here. Any advice for aging women?
Any advice for aging women? I don't know yet.
Moisturize and drink water.
I know. I mean, it's the same advice that you have when you're 16. Drink water.
Right.
Exercise. Drink water. Eat lots of protein.
You know what? Let's deal with this one straight ahead.
People love that one.
Were you the voiced over girl in Black Flag? Slip It In, and how did you get asked?
Okay, so no, I was not the voice over girl. Susie Gardner was the voiceover girl, and she was dating a member of Black Flag. So I think she just got a phone call. I don't think it was like any more stranger than that. And she was around them all the time. So they were throwing that kind of stuff out for a while. There wasn't like, it's just like, oh my gosh, who are we going to get?
Is that right? Were you asked to play bass for Black Flag at one point?
No.
Boy, we're welcome to the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. Today, we're going to shoot down rumor after rumor.
Rumor after rumor. Let's do this.
Starring Jennifer Finch. What was it like being a guest bass for Joan Jett?
I don't know. I mean, we did some stuff. We played some things. I had to go back in and re-record. It wasn't that big of a deal. And it was basically, I think it was just like the all-girl one that she always does, whichever one that is. Have you ever played bass for Led Zeppelin? Why, yes. At one time in 1963, I did show up and played bass for Led Zeppelin. How was the band approached to work with local Baltimore hero John Waters and Serial Mom? What was it like working with him? It was very easy. He knew who we are. He originally called Babes in Toyland. They were like, no, we can't do it. Is Finch your real name? Kind of yes, kind of no. Come on the Drew UK appearance. I would love to. Send me a ticket. Tell me when I need to go. I heard that there was a connection with Black Flag early on. Probably true. Always true. Do you think women are taken more seriously now compared to 90s in punk, rock, etc.? Yes, I do think they're taken way more seriously now. Thank you for L7. First saw them, had to in 92, did the double dip, Maxwell Marquis. Then a few years later, I missed it. With the Melvins, my band opened for them a couple. I lost the question. Done.
Wow, this has never happened, but this has never happened before. But you know what? This has never happened before. But I like it.
I know. It's a lot less to do.
I see what you're doing here, and I like it.
Yes.
What model of bass are you playing today? Well, let me tell you, I have lost all my basses since the fire that was last year in January. I had lost all my basses. One of them was already scheduled to go to the Punk Rock Museum. So what I decided to do for the rest of the year was just borrow basses. So every time you see me with a bass now, you never see me with my bass. Unless you're actually seeing the Skull Ghost bass.
I'm sorry, not to get personal, but did your home burn, or was it the rehearsal room or the storage room?
Nope, nothing burned. It was that we live fairly close to the Palisades fire in West Los Angeles. It's not that close, but we were seeing flames coming over. Nothing was landing, and we got an orange tag, which was like, the deal is your house probably won't burn, but if there's a fire in your area, it probably will. Please be ready to evacuate. And we were in evacuation mode for about 5 days, maybe. And
so
we just never left. What
happened? But what happened to the basses?
I only had like one or two. I never had a bunch of them.
Oh,
one of them got stolen out of my car shortly after that. I mean, I just lost everything.
So you're not like a gear person, right?
No, I'm not. You know, Hobo Cakes has a good one. Jennifer, got to ask, did you think that Dave Grohl would turn out to be what he ended up being? No, I did not. I didn't. It blew my mind that he was with you because I was a fan of yours. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I honestly, I'm kind of the same way. I didn't think Nirvana was going to make it.
You mean he was like with you? No.
No, I was with Dave. Thank you. I was with Dave Grohl for a couple years at the very beginning. That's me. No one can tell.
Right.
I'm on the right. Just kidding.
Yeah. You were.
That's a cute picture.
Are you with him? Are you with her?
Totally.
She's with me, dude.
She's with me. Can you tell?
Yeah. Look at that couple. All right.
I know, right? This is like one of those eras too, where people weren't taking a lot of photographs. They were just taking like whatever photographs they may have had. And so there's like, maybe 10 really good portraits of us together. And that's it.
Right. Now everybody has a camera. So
frosted tips. That's right, Chris.
Frosted tips.
Frosted tips, baby.
People tell me I was with other people before I was with my wife, but I find that hard to believe.
How long are you with your wife?
A year.
No, right now you've been with your wife a year.
No, we got married. We got married a year ago.
Oh, it's
been a couple years. What I'm saying is, I can't remember. The only person I remember being with is my wife. I don't know what's happened in the 80s, in the 90s, and any of that. I don't know for that.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, when Drew met Rochelle, we all were like, "Yep, this is it."
Aww.
Yeah, he was very smitten right
Cute.
from the beginning. Yeah.
Dude, all the good questions stopped.
Cut to tonight. You were talking about me on the show. Yeah. I told you, motherfucker, don't talk about me on your stupid show. Anyway,
I know, right?
Drew even forgot his son lived in. I did not forget my son lived in LA. Stop.
He remembered his son lived in LA.
Yes.
God. Reading Festival story.
No.
None.
No, that was like a time like in L7's, like There's some really good stuff in our documentary on that show because it kind of landed at a certain time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the way it kind of landed negatively. But there was actually a lot of fun that we had that day. And I know it's hard to mix the stories, and no one wants to hear how you can have a really bad day and a fun day on the same day, but we did.
I'm looking for. Oh, who was telling? Oh, Steve Messina. Steve Messina took these pictures.
Now, were you part of the Gritty and Pink jam for the Vans Warped Tour?
Mhm.
Okay.
This was he's something called the Bash in Englishtown, New Jersey. He told me about. Guess you guys played you guys played this thing.
How long was my hair? That's
the
bizarre.
Bash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You must have done it. There's a picture of it.
Okay.
I'm
I love
looking-
it. Good
Yeah.
find.
Yeah, Steve took these.
Did
Go
I
ahead.
ever see Gigi Allen? I did see Gigi Allen in
No.
1988. Yes, in 1988, my first time in Boston. I was with a guy and we were up over in a banister looking down into a courtyard, and they were playing in the courtyard. And I knew who they were because, punk rock, but never knew. They had two guys standing by the door with full assault rifles. It was a whole thing. It was 1988 Gigi Allen.
We avoided Gigi Allen. I think I'd go now.
You avoided Gigi Allen.
Yeah, I was on
She
some
said
I was on some, hardcore skinhead shit, and we weren't going to go see some guy that's going to go throw duty around. Like that wasn't. We were like, yeah, not down. How about this? This show you mentioned it's mentioned in the doc. Here's a shot from it. This wild Brazil show you guys played in '93. That was pretty epic.
Yeah. Can you look back at these and think, wow, that was a band that was trying to go for commercial success? Do you look back at that? No one else does either if you don't, but I'm just saying.
No.
No.
I got a question. I got a in the vein of that. Was L7 a grunge band?
No. I mean, the word grunge. So grunge, I'm going to just say this because it needs to be said more and more. I wish I'd said it earlier, but grunge was really a word invented by a band called Catbutt, who were on Sub Pop just before we were. And they used grunge as a description for their live show. That's where I saw it first. I thought it was dumb. I was like, this is dumb. But I always think everything's dumb. And then I'm wrong. But many things I've thought were totally dumb. And they were wrong.
But L7 kind of got swept along into the quote unquote grunge thing.
I don't know. I mean, we were so around before that.
Yeah.
And then around after it. So I don't know.
I'm just poking. I'm just like.
I think that
I'm just poking you.
The record industry really needed something to push to record stores to say, look, this is grunge. Just start a grunge section.
Yeah.
Put L7 in it. Put Stone Temple Pilots in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoever in it.
Put Alice in Chains in it.
Put Alice in Chains in it. Yeah. No, it was just any rock that came out in those couple of years. Right.
Right.
Yeah, we've also chuckled about in the early punk days, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was, considered they were in the category of they were new wave punk.
Sure.
Or even Elvis Costello, sort of.
Mhm.
I always, but that's what labels do.
I think it just is. It's just like an industry needs categories.
Sure.
So, yeah. They put in worse categories to be in, I guess. In the early 90s. So
Yeah. For sure. It's really the record industry really represents this small space where music is being sold in hard copies, right? That was what it was left over being at that time. So all through that time, it was really about, well, what can we call this next movement? What can we call this next movement?
Sure.
And then they got their, that it just didn't work out after that, after digital. So I think that's a really interesting time to look at how capitalism was kind of destroyed through grunge. Like it kind of was
Mm,
Right on.
yeah.
a little bit, because right after that was like a lot of really commercial sounding stuff, like No Doubt and
Yeah.
whoever, Limp Bizkit and whoever after that, you know?
I'd
Yeah.
be hard pressed to say what the last, musical sort of movement was. I'm tempted to say it was techno, which came pretty much after grunge, but
No,
after
it was techno was along the same lines. Techno house, all of that was at the same, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
We'll
too
listen
many
to alternate
too many
rock.
subgenres and bullshit now. I can't even describe a band.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, good question, LaRoche. What do you listen to that would surprise us?
What do I listen to that would surprise you? I would say, I listen to a lot of kind of mid 2000s, later 2000s hip hop. And I don't know, I only listen to Black music when I'm at home, or music in Spanish. So, that would probably surprise you. But in my mind, it's kind of the same thing.
Mm.
Just sounds a bit different. And it's hard still, you know?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
I'm
it
not-
like?
I'm
what was
not,
it like-
go ahead.
Is there something else you'd like to add?
No, I was just going to say, I just don't listen to a lot of white produced music in 2025, 26. How's that for an answer?
Habla español?
A little bit,
Habla un poquito español.
a little scrappy. You know what I'm saying?
En la ciudad de Los Angeles.
Yeah. See.
All right, cool.
Opener for Biohazard and House of Pain. What was it like being the opener for Biohazard and the House of Pain tour? I don't know what tour that was. I know what it was like for House of Pain opening for us. I don't remember ever really playing with Biohazard other than on festivals.
Yeah, I don't think
I
L7.
don't think we did.
No, I was around on that tour. I don't think L7 was on that tour. So
Yeah.
um,
Is Lori single? Lori!
No, I am not.
you're on.
Yeah, why don't you tell us about yourself? What
Yeah.
kind of things do you like?
What?
Exactly.
Oh,
Boy,
Lord.
you made Lori blush.
I know.
Lori
Is there
single?
a new L7 album coming out? Last album was awesome. Are you talking about Scatter the Rats, which came out in late 2019, just in time for the pandemic? That was awesome. Thank you. And then ever listen to Up Chuck from Atlanta? No, not once. Someone please send me a link.
Wait, here's my Scatter the Rats. There you go. You're moving fast.
I know. Here it is.
With L7 tours nowadays, do you have time to enjoy the cities you play in?
Never.
Never. I just go from the hotel to the venue to the backstage to the hotel to the venue.
No,
Yes.
it's true. It sucks. No, it really does suck. When you get to a certain level, you're playing like these bigger shows, you're there at 2 p.m, and then you're there until whatever 10 at night, and you don't have a lot of time to come off, and they don't let you go do stuff. So there's
Right.
that. It's just practical.
Right.
Any stories from Al's Bar, LA Art District?
Love it. Al's Bar is a famous LA.
Is it? I don't know
Art.
this place.
Oh my God, go look it up. Every band you've ever loved is played there.
Huh.
Just saying.
Yeah. What's that? What is that? RS Mask? Did she ever go to Mask and Al's Bar back in the day? I don't know.
Any
Mask?
stories from Al's Bar Arts? Is that the same person?
It's the same person, but this is
Okay.
He did a super chat, so it comes through like that. Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
No special stories. I have a lot of special stories, but they're like people like Lisa Sutdog or Gigi Allen I saw there, or many other bands you probably don't like. I could name them right there. Al's Bar.
How do you
21
know
and over.
How do you know what we don't like?
I know what you don't like. I already know from talking to you. I don't
Yeah.
care what you don't like. I'm just saying I already know.
Okay.
Okay.
What else? Okay.
Misfits bootleg. Let's do this.
What's Misfit? What does that mean?
You know,
Misfits.
Albus Bar is kind of still open. You guys don't know that. Just saying.
This band is lit, Drew Diakaju. I don't know what that is.
Drew hates the shocker.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaked out with this whole thing. Like,
Suck Dog was neat. Thank you, Jenny. Drew likes the shocker.
now
Did you know there was a band in Russia called that after your album Bricks Are Heavy? Did you know that there was a band in Russia called that after
your album? They were called Bricks Are Heavy.
No, they weren't.
The question: a craft music show. Were they a? I don't know. I got to watch what I say. Jennifer is the balls.
That is right. You do have to watch what you say.
Believe me, I'm already up Schitt's Creek. You know, fucking talking about
you
me
can
on the
edit
show
this,
again.
right? You can just edit this. It's not like
Edit this. It's friggin' live. We're live.
Yeah,
This
out
is a
there
live
forever.
show.
I feel dumb.
You know what?
Okay.
I'll take it.
Well, I'm hoping that whoever's on this can also see the chat questions, right?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Any other, let's see, Hobo Cakes. Jennifer, who would be some artists you'd love to work with?
Artists that I would love to work with in 2026.
Sure. Yeah. Musicians or otherwise.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you picked up? Is this? Wait a second. Okay, let me get this straight. This is the original Pentex?
Yes, that's it.
Wow.
Nice.
I like sort of in the foreground of the original slide shot with the Pentex. Do you trot this out? Can you buy film for this?
Of course you can buy film for it. I'm in
What do
LA.
I- what-
There's
what
like a
do I-
film store down the
I'm in
street,
the film
dude.
business.
Dude, there's a film store down the street that will develop. Ooh, hot mama. Thank you, Katie Wilson, 612.
What's the name of what's the name of the what was the name of the camera place out there back in LA? The Sammy's? No, what was the name? Is it Sammy's?
There is Sammy's. I mean, Sammy's is huge. Sammy's is like entire industry visual place.
That's what I
That
remember.
sells
Back
everything.
that's
Yeah.
what I remember when we were
But
doing.
in my neighborhood on the west side, we have probably three small film developing places.
I like your IG page. Courage is the change.
What? That's a
Yes.
private page. Well, it's not private, but you know. I'm
Yeah.
just doing it for a year. I'm just writing and putting stuff
Okay,
up
I
for
really
a year.
enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you so much. I love that page.
Yeah.
It really,
so do
yeah,
I.
there was like last year, I was really into like all of these people went out into the world and created cultural change up against resistance in their own worlds. And I was
Yes.
really interested in how did they motivate around that, not being offered the right kind of education or the right kind of jobs or the right kind of, I don't know, status to publishing, and what did they do? So that's
Yeah.
more what it's about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean, and you're featuring people everywhere from scientists to musicians to poets,
Yeah,
And,
politicians, everyone.
politicians. It's a great page to check out. Courage.
Yeah, I think that it's really great, but just for me to write for a month is fucking hard. Because I don't want to just do it in Chat GPT, you know, I want to really,
Right.
you know, so yeah.
And you also have a Substack. Shit, my rock star says.
I do. I have a Substack called Shit My Rockstar Says, which is cultural production and art analysis, which I don't know if a lot of people are really into that. I'm really into it. So I don't know. Just write to me on Substack and just tell me if you're not into it, and I'll just figure it out. I need to do something with it. I'm
Yeah.
literally doing these amazing pieces that I am totally like blowing my own mind. And like 3 people would say, "This is so fucking great. This is so great." I'm like,
On
wow.
Substack. I'm
Thank
still
you.
trying to figure out stuff.
And where can people find that?
On Substack. Do you know what Substack is? Yeah, Substack is really interesting. Like if you just do some kind of, I don't know, Google search that's just Jennifer Finch Substack, you'll probably find my Substack page. And it's where I really go on and I talk to more people and I do more things on Substack than I do, say, on Instagram or wherever.
It seems like it's
that's
writing and a little bit of like a little mini podcast.
Yes. So Substack, Shit My Rockstar says was going to be a weekly or bi-weekly kind of page that was going to talk about art. And I had brought on a younger artist in San Diego named Tiny Nightmare to come on and kind of be more of a push. And it just wasn't working out. And I didn't know what to do. I felt bad.
Yeah.
Now I understand your.
Not everything works, right?
Now I understand what your man Hutch was talking about.
Uh-oh. What did Hutch say?
I said, is there anything that, we want to give a push to? He said, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head is her Substack. And last I heard, she's thinking about changing the name of the newsletter. That's it for now. It's called Shit My Rockstar Says, but she's leaning to changing it to something else. So, okay. Yeah. And by the way,
still leaning.
I'm still trying to figure out Substack. So, because everybody's on it and I want to be
Yeah, what you have to do on it is just go on it and just dedicate 20 minutes a week to it. That's what I have to do. You just go on it and you're like, oh my God, Patti Smith is on here. Oh my God, so-and-so. Like a lot of really high-end people who are writers are on there.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got to ramp up my game. I'm up here on Facebook. Like,
I know.
And I thought I was cutting edge.
Hey, listen, I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. So.
Yeah, right.
As we head down the home stretch, here's another one from the 2018 bash in English. Stephen Messina took this in Englishtown. There you go.
Oh, so cute. That bass that I'm playing is the same bass that's the one with the ghost on it. If you know what I'm talking about. You probably don't.
Not sure.
Yeah, you don't know.
That said, as we head down the home stretch, one or two more if you got them. Smoke them if you got them.
Mm-hmm. Smoke them if you got them. Let's see. What motivates you every day? What motivates me every day is love.
Oh, right on.
Right on.
I'm just kind of tons of writers on there. That's a cool bass. Thank you. Drew Ditch AOL. Ha ha ha. He doesn't mean it. Is that a Fender bass? Yes, it's a Fender bass.
Playing this year anywhere? Oh, yes. Yes, you are.
Yes. We're going to be doing 3 shows with Emil and the Sniffers, and we're going to do 1 show in Belgium. Kind of in the outskirts of Belgium, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that Fenway show.
Fenway show.
Yep.
Fenway Park?
Yep.
We're not playing that. I don't think we're playing that.
No?
I don't know. Show me. Sometimes things change and I don't know.
Yeah, it's the closest one.
No, we're only doing 3 shows with them.
I know.
2 in Canada and 1 in Colorado. I'm sorry.
Where in Canada?
Montreal and Toronto.
You're not going to Canada.
Hey, listen. I used to live in Montreal 8 years.
That's
Maybe
right.
I'll visit some friends.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Who coined L7? Susie and Danita coined L7 before I got in the band.
Nice.
All right. See you in Toronto.
That's right.
Mark Tulch. There you go.
Nice. Do you want to kind of bring this all together and put it into a thing?
Is there anybody you would like to thank? Is there anybody you would like to shout out?
Oh, there's nobody I want to thank or shout out. Drew, Lori, you guys are the best.
Well, thanks a lot.
Yes,
Jennifer.
thank you.
It was a fun show, and good luck out there on the road.
Getting to know you, and
wrap it up in a nice bow.
That's
Thank you.
right. Bye.
Take care.
You.
Bye, Jennifer.
Bye.
It's great.
There you go.
Great.
Another one in the bag.
That was amazing. Her rap.
That was intense. That's the first time anyone's ever done that.
Yeah, I love it.
I felt like I was just like on a roller coaster ride. Like,
I was like, I'm just going to take a sip of my water. And just let her, wherever.
I was like, wow.
I'm so bummed they're only on like three dates of that tour.
Correct me.
No.
They're playing Fenway Park.
No.
Oh.
I guess Amyl and the Sniffers are, but they're not going to be on that date.
I see.
So I looked up their dates and I was like, oh, is L7 going to be on there? I was like, oh, Fenway
But I'm
Park.
still confused. Amyl and the Sniffers is playing Fenway Park.
Yeah,
They're headlining.
that's what I saw.
Amyl and the Sniffers can play a baseball stadium.
Let me see. Hold on. I'll look it up. Hold on. Let me see. Just see my history, my search.
Man, I gotta get out of the cave once in a while. Oh no, Fenway Music Hall, not the baseball stadium.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I love how every guest is a different experience.
MGM Music Hall at Fenway Park.
Okay, but it's not like where Aerosmith plays in the friggin' baseball stadium, like outdoor Bruce Springsteen or whatever.
Yeah.
They're playing a pretty big venue here too. Maybe I'm wrong. What do I know?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Hey.
I know. I do a show talking about 80s hardcore.
So Mark said they're playing a pretty big venue in Toronto. So.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm corrected.
Okay. When are you back here with me?
I don't know.
Are you?
No, I'm quitting today.
Nothing. Well, it's been fun. Thank you.
It.
Yeah.
This is
All
my
right.
swan song. I'm out.
Oh no! You know when you're back? Pepper Keenan, you're co-hosting with me.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
This was great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. It was a really fun show.
Yeah.
Great Sunday. I will talk to you soon.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Peace out.
Well, there you have it, boys and girls. Good to see everybody. Yo, Al Mitchell, what's up? Larry Kelly, Astoria Lou. Oh, there's a big club that's attached to Fenway Park. It holds 1,200 people. Okay. I get it now. That makes sense. Cheers and beers. Thanks a lot, everybody. We will see you. When am I going to see you next? 1 week from today is John Gallagher. And when are we playing? And, when's the class thing? Oh, after that. So there you go. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Thanks a lot, everybody. Fantastic show. What can I tell you that I haven't told you? 400 and... I think there's going to be a bonus show on Wednesday. I think I'm going to do a Bob Weir tribute show. If you're a real hater of the Grateful Dead, make sure you tune into that. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think doing a Bob Weir tribute show is going to really make me feel good and bring me some closure. So I'm going to start putting that together as well. We'll try to bring in a couple people that are into Bob Weir and the Dead, or maybe some people from the Dead family. So there you go. Once again, thanks a lot, everybody. Like Jennifer Finch said, love. It's all about LOVE. Till next time, do good things and good things will come to you.
Conditioned by indoctrination, conditioned by society. You're a victim of the digital age, a 21st century casualty. Open your eyes, you're losing control. Open your eyes, put down the phone. Conditioned by misinformation